Hey, good morning. Jesse Burgart here, and we're reading The Art of Focus by Dan Koe. Let's jump in. It's day 20 already. It's amazing. All right, this section's called The Collective Hard Drive. Life is a game, and the select few that are aware of its existence are the ones that can play to win, maximize their enjoyment, and sleep well, knowing that they are in control of their future. The game of life makes sense from a macro perspective, but it is all too common for people to narrow their minds on the micro games of life. The new car that you want so badly, the person that cut you off in traffic, maybe even the argument that you had with your significant other. The situation has passed and you haven't won the meaningless game. Your mind keeps dragging your focus back to it as if it can still be won. If you can mold your mind to see a situation for what it is, a game, by creating a beneficial end goal, constructing a path to get there, and deciphering the most advantageous actions you can take, even mundane situations can become enjoyable. As humans, we have a perpetual thirst to learn more, primarily for survival. All our actions are influenced by the need, not want, to go on. It's in our blood. Everyone has the opportunity to master, transcend, and include their survival. This takes development over time, but it's a worthwhile pursuit for those who want less stress, more creativity, and the ability to choose the games they want to play. We learn and learn and learn from our parents, teachers, and friends who learn from their parents, teachers, and friends who were influenced by their life path, culture, and society. Schools, governments, and religious institutions rank the highest in authority and are often the first sources of information you are exposed to when seeking an answer to solve your problems. To be good in school, society, and religion, you must wash your mind with the teachings of school, society, and religion, a social fabric that relies solely on itself to make sense. Groundless but necessary, a tool, not a master. This vicious learning process began at the inception of human consciousness and continued for eons until this very moment. Layer after layer, we overloaded our minds, and our minds efficiently stored that information. So we have the mental energy to learn more to aid in our survival. The problem is a lack of questioning. When we are young, we don't know any better. Who is going to question what they are told when they don't even know what a question is? Throughout this evolutionary process, human nature began to reflect in larger entities like society, similar to how we stored information in our minds to free up more mental energy to learn. We built solutions for worldly problems, layer after layer. Plowing fields took a lot of work, so we used our creative ability to solve that problem with a tractor. Trade was unfair, so we created currency. Communication was limited, so we created social media. The pattern here is that problems are never solved forever. Your problems don't go away, you just get better at solving them. Some view this as daunting, while others view it as a way out of suffering. To create, the idea must come first. To innovate, the creation must come first. A tractor would be an impossibility without the plow, and you can't fix a problem that doesn't exist because the creation that creates the problem doesn't exist. Keep a long story short, modern society emerged and the collective psyche was conditioned to reflect that. Those that teach us when we are young already have a game that they want us to play. Retirement is how you win, schooling and high status jobs are how you play, and our decisions occur without conscious choice. Our fate is decided unless you are aware of a better path and choose to create, play, and win your own game. This is less about an evil overlord planning to enslave humanity and more about humans wanting to survive in the most efficient way possible. The collective unconscious got you in this mess. The conscious individual can get you out. The game is programmed onto the collective psyche. You can't change it, but you can understand it. Once you do, you can deconstruct it, recreate it, and maneuver yourself to the top in a fulfilling manner. The non player character. Everything is a mental construct, a unit of mind, and only some are aware that their accepted web of expectations controls their lives. Those that aren't aware of its existence have a hidden agreement that these floating buildings are reality. You can opt out of playing the game, whether it be social, personal, or anything in between. That is to say, You don't have to take control of your life, but you can't escape survival. Even when you stand still, you're forced to move. By doing nothing, you become a modern slave, not in the physical sense, but mental, attention, not labor. The mind craves order. Our attention will always gravitate toward a hierarchy of goals that form a game to ease the sense of uncertainty that is baked into life itself. If you don't focus your mind on what you want, it will be focused on what others want for you. The masses flock to secure career paths and belief systems, an illusion of certainty to avoid struggle. They are convinced that this path is one of the least risk, when it is the opposite. In a video game, a non-player character, or NPC, is any character that is not controlled by a player. They are programmed to do what they are told. NPCs can be vendors, teachers, dungeon bosses, and even public figures. They help guide players through their own story by providing a structure for the game to operate. A video game wouldn't be that fun if it was you alone without anybody to interact with. In the real world, NPCs can be considered modern slaves. They are human like the rest of us, but they never questioned their conditioning. Their mind soaked up cultural and social constructs like a sponge. When you interact with these individuals, they will spew information to survive the identity they have adopted. This is how they guide your attention toward the safe path. Understand that polarity still applies here. Across all domains of life exists a spectrum of personal consciousness and unconsciousness. We are all NPCs at times and main characters at times. The goal is to reduce our time spent in the former with time and reflection. In Western culture, by the time the average individual turns 18, their life is already mapped out for them. Their beliefs are static, their career path is static, their sense of self is static, immovable. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 7:45 on YouTube. Take care.